Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. This is We Grow Wednesday. If you're watching this, you are most certainly watching the replay. If you do, check it out. Let us know what you think in the comments. We will see those comments afterwards, and I definitely want to know that you were watching it later. So hit the like button, guys, if you're watching right now. Help us out. We're going to play a little intro to get this party started. We're going to learn something. We're going to have some fun, and we do this every Wednesday. It's We Grow Wednesday. Let's grow. Which one is this? 4 minutes and 50 seconds. We'll be right back after we rock out a little bit and frantically hit the buttons everywhere. Let's grow, guys. Let's go.
Scrolling through the noise, stories hitting hard, cutting through the void. Big Ugg pulling strings, poison in the feed. What they're selling us ain't what we need. Posting articles, lighting up the screen. Common struggle shared, know what I mean. Time to wake 'em now, see the hidden game. We grow Wednesday, hey, stop and look around. We grow Wednesday, plant it in the ground. Grow our own, break the chains, rise up strong. Knowledge in our veins where we belong. We grow, yeah, we grow. Every soul gotta eat, fuel the fire inside. But the cause of twisting truth, trying to hide. Processed lies on shelves, stealing our health away. New tech coming fast, showing us a better way. Community talking, sharing what we find. Self-sustainable minds, leaving change behind. Digging in the dirt or digging for the truth. We grow Wednesday, hey, stop and look around. We grow Wednesday, plant it in the ground. Grow our own, break the chains, rise up strong. Knowledge in our veins where we belong. We grow, yeah, we grow. No more blind, no more fed their lies. Hands in the soil, fire in our eyes. From seed to strength, we're taking control. Empower the body, empower the soul. Wednesday rolls again, gather round the feet. Health and wellness news, planting every seed. Growing food ourselves, growing who we are. Better versions rise, shooting for the stars. Big Food's empire cracks. We won't bound time. We grow Wednesday. Hey, hey, stop it on Wednesday. We grow Wednesday. Hey, stop and look
everybody. We are here on a Wednesday once again, but it's February now, so it's your stores are lit up with red and pink hearts everywhere. Buy this, buy this, buy this, candy, candy. Once again, and then it'll be Easter, and then you can divide your year up in what your grocery store looks like that month. Yeah, it's crazy, but it is like it's cold outside here for us, but it's not that bad. It's like you get used to the snow after a few days. Tala, you might know this. I don't know if you know about this, but you get used
I've
to.
lived in snow. Yeah. Not anymore.
Oh, right. That's everybody's dream though. Has it that well, we'll do the housekeeping first and then I'll ask you about that. But yeah, we're here. I got the first light warrior with me and I'm Waylon, the indoor farmer. Nice to meet you guys. We got 16 in the house. Hit the like button, share it out with some friends, and I will put you on the store prize wheel as we talk. I have it mini version up on my screen here. It's going to be 60 degrees there Saturday. See, I feel like it's kind of warmed up here, but we still have the snow and ice outside. Although you don't see me outside jogging either, so there's that. Um, but yeah. So what my question was to you though is, well, first, how are you? Hello.
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Busy, but good. That's a good thing, I think.
It is. Yeah, because then it's like if the week goes in a blink of an eye, you
Yeah.
did stuff. But so since you lived in a snowy climate and then moved to a warm climate, was it everything you hoped it would be? You know.
So I grew up in LA County, so I started off with this kind of weather. Um, Better than here because it wasn't such wild swings. In the Inland Empire, it's a little weird because people don't realize that this region is desert. They're like, "Oh, you're desert adjacent." Palm Springs is no, this is desert. The only
Right.
reason it doesn't look like desert is because we built a bunch of stuff. So, so this
Yeah.
is, and the largest temp swing I've seen from day to night and back was 48 degrees. It does happen.
Oh,
So
it's got to
this
be
is
cold at
low
night.
desert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is low desert, but it even happens here. Maybe about not more than 4 years ago, we actually had large flake snow here. First time I've seen it in 16 years. And it was a few inches and it stuck. So that can happen too. So it's wild. It's all over the place. But in LA, not so much. Um, when I was 11, I believe, we had a massive hailstorm there in LA County. And we were actually building little snowmen out of the hail because it was 2 or 3
Wow.
days of it. So it's rare, but it does happen.
Iceman.
Where I lived in snow was when I moved to Oklahoma for a few years. And I missed the
Oh
massive
wow.
ice storm that
Hmm.
was just like the one that they just got hit with back there. So
I
I
didn't know
missed
they had.
that by 1 year.
I wouldn't think about that in Oklahoma. I would think deserty in
Oh,
Oklahoma,
no.
but I
Oh,
still.
no. The western part of the state is more plains and flat and all that where my mom grew up. I lived in the eastern part of the state. But even in the western part of the state, yeah, they get snow for sure. Um, so the ice storm that hit was 86, 87 winter. I arrived in
Okay.
87. For the 87, 88, we just got buried in 3 feet of snow. Yeah. So I thought, oh, good, I missed the ice storm. And then the snow hit and everything stopped.
Tell you, my
So
only experience with Oklahoma was this one girl in my basic training, and she came to me one time and she said, "You got a really nice body." I'm not sure if I can say it, give it full credit, but that's kind of what all I remember.
what they used to say to me,
20
because I pick
minutes
up
ago,
the accent because my mom's from there.
20
Somebody
years
said to me one time, you sound just like you're from here, but you talk too fast.
ago. Yeah, that's funny. So it's funny because the weather changes because guess what? The climate does change. We can't stop it. We can't hold it in place. I read
Weather.
this Dr. Seuss book to my son a couple nights ago that he got from the library. I can't remember the name of it, but basically the last two pages were propaganda about global climate change. and it was like, what the heck kind of book is this? And as I was reading it, I found myself reading page after page, and I was like, I didn't rhyme anywhere in there. What kind of Dr. Seuss book is this? Who like
Right.
who'd they give the rights to? What's going on here? Like there was like two rhymes, like what's going on?
I
Anyway,
mean,
that's a whole nother.
you know what? It seems like I need to clean my
Diane.
camera really well. You know why the Donner Party
Oh
happened, right?
yes, go finish your thought, and then we gotta do something. Go ahead.
That's better. I think my camera was smudged. Donner Party happened because it was a mini ice age. It happens.
Yeah,
That's exactly why. So
like that movie
for
Alive.
people to act like this is, this never it's like when every year when there's a small tornado in California, someone's on the news going, "We never get those here." Yeah, we do.
That's
I
funny.
had one out in
So
Banning. It tore half of my olive tree off, tore half of my other olive tree off. It knocked down power poles in the Robertson's Quarry in Cabazon, trapped 3 trucks, and then it hopped over and hit a trailer park.
wow, if it goes over the ocean and becomes a hurricane. I don't know. I don't think that's exactly how it
Water
works,
spout.
but we've had tornadoes all around me, but not in my area exactly. Like 10
I've
miles
been in
that
a
way,
couple
10
of them.
miles that way, and
Yeah.
I'm okay. I guess I'm okay here.
If I ever
So
live back there, if I ever live back there in Oklahoma again, part of my house, at least part of it's gonna be subterranean. I can't take that stress.
hmm,
I wanna be able to just go
makes
downstairs,
sense.
go to sleep.
So I got to share this in real quick. We have a very special birthday today. Miss Margaret Jett. I got to play a song. I got to play a song. I didn't, I'll admit, Margaret, it's the same song as last year, but it's a good one. It's a good one. Uh, where is it? It is right
83
here.
degrees here today, by the way.
83. Oh my God. I think this will let me know if you can hear this when it comes through. Yeah. You hear that? You don't hear any music? I guess you get cut out of it, but everybody else gets to hear it.
Margaret Jet, oh,
I
let
think so.
me tell
I
you
can
her
barely hear it.
tale. A
Happy
friend so
birthday,
great,
Margaret.
she's on a higher scale. With a heart of gold.
Turn this down a little
and a
bit.
smile so white.
Since Tala's like, well, there's just silence now. Just
far and wide.
Happy birthday, Mar.
our dear
Huh?
friend.
Oh,
Your kindness spreads
I
like
can hear it a little bit.
bread.
Yeah.
okay.
From the bottom of our hearts, we do say thanks for brightening up our day. She runs MJ's Baked Goods,
All right.
a place to share.
I think I don't think we're gonna play the whole thing, Margaret. Sorry. Maybe if Tala could actually hear it fully.
It's
But
okay. It's
it
her
did.
birthday. Happy birthday.
It had we had the good part, the good part. Happy birthday, and it calls her Maggie. I hope it's okay. And if the AI guy calls you Maggie in that, Margaret, you're welcome. Happy birthday,
Finding
Margaret.
the
And it wouldn't be a
Rumble link.
birthday. Say again.
Finding the Rumble link so I can add it to
Oh,
my
good, good.
retweet.
Yeah, for sure. And comment in the chat, and I'll put you on the wheel. If you got, oh well, I guess there might be somebody in here. We got Sheena in the house. Hi, Sheena.
Yeah, there's a little trick with X to not
Glenn Wells.
destroy your reach when it comes to outside links. Your main
Really?
post, you shouldn't have the link in it. You put it in a comment attached to the
Right.
main post. So what I do is I repost your tweet. I'll just say it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I add the Rumble link in the comment.
That is fine. I appreciate it. If anybody does find us on X, I encourage you to find us on a platform that your comments will come through. If X fixes that kind of stuff, then no worries. But right now, we can't see your comments unless you come to YouTube or Twitch or Rumble or even Facebook. I do have that open separately. Made you cry a bit just now? You mean, or the first time? You remember last year when I made it? I remember that. Um,
Do you know Jay Forsyth from Periscope?
it sounds familiar, but no.
He- He's calling himself unhinged. I guess he got restricted on TikTok, which doesn't surprise
Nice.
me. It's easy there. It's
Hmm.
easy for that to happen. He's just like going off about it.
Some people, you feel like it's a badge of honor your first time. Like, oh, they're coming after me now.
The
I did
funny thing
something.
is to say while you're broadcasting, if something happens, you go, "Why am I being violated? I'm being violated." It sounds wrong.
Right? Like they're yeah. Well,
Violating
I
me.
can't say it any other way. Yeah, violating me. But yeah, here, Margaret, I'll give you. You know, it wouldn't be a birthday if I didn't toot on the harmonica for a second. Anyway, am I on the wrong side? Here we go. Feels like I was playing the same note the whole time. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the deep end. All right, happy birthday, Margaret, and thank you for all that you do for everybody. Go join her group, MJ's Baked Goods, on Facebook. Okay, what do you say we get to a story? It is Wednesday after all. We've got 22 awesome people in the house. Smash the buttons, guys. Send it out to the atmosphere, and make a smoke signal. Whatever you got to do. Tala in the house. All right. So I wrote it down last week, Tala. I know exactly where we stopped.
You finally got it.
Exactly where we stopped. Men having sex twice a week is 45% less likely to develop serious heart disease. And we
Should let
both
you stop
agreed,
on that one.
right? Well, it seemed like a memorable one. I was like, okay, maybe I won't forget this time. So we both agreed that it was like it's equating exercise to or sex to exercise, which isn't false, but basically we both agreed that like getting real exercise would be even better. Like, it's probably good for other
Oh
reasons
yeah,
too,
and
but they're talking about like exercise wise, basically, right?
Friday is Wear Red Day, you guys.
Oh, is it
So
this
if you
Friday?
think about it, that is the first Friday of every February for
Uh,
National Heart Month, which is February,
really?
of course.
I
So
didn't.
if you have a red shirt or a red hat, for example, Waylon, take a picture, post it, tag me. What I like to do is make a collage of my friends who are supporting
Oh,
the awareness campaign.
okay.
Yeah.
I can do that. I think I
So yeah.
have, you know, don't tell anybody, but I might be able to put on one of my hats that's all red that's for sale. I just won't tell the person who buys it. Shh. Put it on one
Well, even
time.
even your headset's red, so
True. It's like a maroonish kind of red. And these like dragon things come off and you can put different ones on. It's weird.
my
Anyway.
mentor has a very strict sort of wardrobe. He said he was wearing a when the last time I asked him for a selfie wearing something red, I'm all go to a store and put a hat on. He goes, I'm wearing a gray shirt, a gray t-shirt, and that's pushing the color spectrum for me. So like
Right.
me, he wears a lot of black and gray, but like he's worse than me about it. So finally, I went through his account and found a picture of himself at a gym that had this red wall, and he's got his arms stretched out, he's flexed. So I used that one.
That well, there you go. It's a lot of red there. Yeah, I could see that being a cool collage, like because it's like different in each picture, but there's still a bright there's some kind of a red standing out. Yeah, I could see that.
Yep.
All right, hey, what's up, Alan? Get you on the wheel as we check out this first story here. A simple fig and milk dessert triggered cell death in 84% of human stomach cancer cells in lab testing. I
Huh.
don't know how true this is. It comes from Healthy Harbor, and I'll add this to add Alan real fast. So we keep hearing of different things. Like, I don't know, there's probably a dozen things that I've heard of alone that say fights cancer, kills cancer, blah blah blah. And it's like,
But is it in a petri dish or in a human? That's different.
exactly. And that's the thing, is it seems like the barrier from this kills cancer in a petri dish to we can test it on humans is such a wide chasm that it seems to be that's where the slow, or like the holdup, and
Half
you
the
could
food
say,
chain is
go ahead.
half the food chain is carcinogenic and the other half cures
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, isn't that funny? So it says a 2024 study published in Food Science and Nutrition examined a traditional fig milk dessert. Never heard of it? To understand whether simple preparations methods or wait, preparation methods could preserve biologically active compounds, researchers tested multiple cooking conditions and found that gently steaming figs for 2 minutes and mixing them with milk heated to 70 degrees Celsius produced the most bioactive version. This preparation yielded the highest peptide concentration, about 1,290 milligrams, along with substantial levels of phenols and flavonoids, compounds known to contribute to antioxidant and cellular effects. So let me read this first paragraph. The study highlights the cooking method, not just ingredients, strongly determines the biological activity of food. Go ahead.
So the thing is, you're never doing yourself a tremendous favor if you're talking about pasteurized, homogenized, commercial fortified milk. So my next question is, what kind of milk did they use?
Right.
Did they go with raw milk for that? Cultures that actually have a much better track record when it comes to cancer rates, they don't have all of this weird processing that we do in the United States. And I get that it is safety concerns. I understand that. Like myself, I have not yet made the decision that I would be safe because I'm immune suppressed slightly,
Mm.
um, to drink raw milk. I eat cheese made with raw milk and I'm fine, but that has a long, you know, the aging process, that's a little different. I would eat yogurt like that, but again, that's a process, even though a natural process. I don't know about just drinking raw milk. I still have a lot of questions. Might be fine for me. But yeah, that probably they don't give that information.
It doesn't go much further, but we could maybe, I guess we could ask Grok about a Healthy Harbor. No, it would be Healthy Harbor. It would be the Food Science and Nutrition study
And of
in
course,
Food
steaming it
Science
would make
and
it
Nutrition
safer.
2020.
But if it's milk straight from a cow, I would say totally sensible because there's benefits you don't get once they run it through their whole thing of pasteurized, homogenized, fortified. Why are we cramming vitamins into it? How about we stop taking the vitamins out in the first place?
Right. Like why do we have to cram them in other things? Yeah, like that just seems like that seems like the going extra steps,
Yeah.
right? And we talk about efficiency, we talk about, and somehow it's more efficient to do those kinds of things. And I think some of I can understand some of it because a lot of processing in foods eliminates the possibility of contamination in certain ways, or at least not contamination, but how would you put it? Like, because you can still contaminate processed food, but it reduces the chances of like biological contaminants that are
Pathogens, yeah.
naturally occurring,
Yeah.
I guess, maybe less so human interaction, because humans can still contaminate it, or like rats or whatever, mice can get into it, whatever happens. But there, if you have fresh food, or I guess maybe not contamination, but spoiling,
That too.
the
Yeah.
fact that we can prolong the shelf life of things does actually increase the chance of survival in a lot of ways. But then over a long period of time, now we're finding out it might increase of our survival short term, but not in the 100-year long term game, I don't think.
Well,
So,
quality of life is the other factor, and that's where you get hit the hardest. So, the biggest mistake they made was not just, okay, we've processed it and refined it to where it has reduced the vitamins. So how about we put the vitamins back in? But then they took another step with things like folate in the instead they make synthetic folic acid, which
hmm
we know is not good. And then the other one that I was looking at recently was I take methylfolate and methylcobalamin. Cyanocobalamin is synthetic, and it has a molecule from cyanide.
ooh,
Now, well, it's not poisonous because of, it's just a molecule. It's still synthetic. I don't want synthetic vitamins when I know I can get natural ones even in a supplement form. So that's the mistake. Destroy
I,
the vitamins and then put synthetic ones in. That's
well,
where we've ended up.
I got you an answer here. They tell us in this from several sources. I'm not sure how many Grok pulled. Uh, that I can tell you what kind of milk it was. Cow's milk. That's all it says. It just says
See, that's crafty, they're leaving something out.
right. It says fresh
Look,
figs. Why does it have to be fresh if they can't even
there's
use organic or non-organic? Anyway.
there's homogenization, there's pasteurization, there's higher temp processing for lactose free, there's fortification. These are all issues. And before you even get to that stage, what was the cow eating? Is it the typical A1 protein milk on the market, or is it a grass-fed cow that's producing proper A2 milk? They're not telling us anything. That's interesting. And that right there is a big deal. A lot of people are actually reactive to the A1 protein and they think that it's lactose and it's not.
Yeah, lacks details. Other people are saying the same thing, and from these articles it's pulling up. Interesting. Well, we can move on from this, but it's. I'll give it that it's promising, but that's about as far as it goes. About
Here's
as far
here's
as
how
it
I
goes.
look at it. These things are interesting, and I think that it gives us some guidance, but it's guidance that we sort of already know, which is basic healthy food, figs. Nothing wrong with figs. Figs are fabulous, in fact. They're full of vitamins, they have fiber if you need fiber. My body doesn't get along that well with a lot of fiber, um, which is why I'm on
Right.
keto. But yeah, I'll even eat figs once in a while. I like them. Milk, if it's from the right source, if the cow has been taken care of
Mm.
properly, and you know that you get along with it, yeah, good thing. It's just odd that's like, let's steam milk and combine it with fig like, who thought this up? Was it
So
a
that's kind of
known
the point of
dessert?
this. I think it's more so, or it's less so about that it's figs with the milk, and more so that they're saying the cooking method can make a big difference on we already know what that makes a difference on like nutrition and taste and everything,
Yeah,
but they're saying specifically with like phenols and high concentrations of I'm trying to find it here. The highest peptide concentration and phenols. So I don't know. I'm not a Scientologist or anything, but I know that was a joke, by the way. I know that these terms probably have something to do with killing cancer cells, but
yeah.
maybe
I
that's
mean,
the thing that they're looking
antioxidants,
for. Yeah,
know that, you know? And I'm not
yeah,
see, like, I follow a few carnivore accounts on X, but I'm really selective because there are some who are so extreme and they can't even allow for somebody else doing it a different way. So the accounts that I like are the ones who say, you know what, like you have to listen to your body, you have to know what's right for you personally.
right.
And just because you ate figs doesn't mean you get thrown out of the carnivore club. That's basically what it boils down to. So, for example, I can't just drink cow's milk. That's never gone well for me. We didn't know when I was a kid. but it's multiple issues. It's maybe the lactose, not so sure now. The A1 protein, yes. Also, commercial milk actually has a certain level of pathogens in it. I learned from
Hmm.
someone who grew up on a dairy farm the reason that some people get along better with lactose free milk is it's processed at a higher temperature. So it actually kills more pathogens.
Right.
So, but at that point, with three different issues, it's not worth it to me. So I just switched to almond milk. And that's a big controversy, but I don't care.
I
It's
did drink it for a little while, but it's
my
yeah,
stomach's
I
okay
stopped.
with it. But I'm
Yeah,
very particular. It's going to be water, organic almonds, and sea salt. That's really it. Like I'm very particular.
I was getting this
But
like vanilla flavored one. I was like, oh, this is
oh
good.
no,
But
no,
but then
unsweetened, no flavor.
it was so good. But
See,
then I'm like, no, it's not good. Not good for
eat
me.
yogurt. See, this is why
Yes.
I try now to avoid the term processed, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because making yogurt is a process, making cheese is a process, making
Say
sauerkraut is a
you could say
process.
over processed, maybe.
Yeah, but also like with sugars, I usually say refined. That's the key right there,
Yeah,
refined.
yeah.
So if
Or
you
synthetic.
destroy the nutrients, which refining does, then yeah, that's a problem. But there's process. If I go gather acorns and I want to make them edible, there's a process involved. But see,
Right.
strict carnivores are like, the plant's telling you that you shouldn't eat it. I'm like, yeah, but we figured out a way. So
That's true, and even animals tell you they shouldn't eat it by growling and biting at you, like, or running from you. Like, isn't that the same thing? Like, hey, it's telling you it doesn't want to be eaten right now.
that's true.
Ow, ow, like, oh, come here, little
Plants just
guy, I got
bite differently,
you.
right?
Right? Yeah, it's a defense mechanism, guy. It's
Yeah.
like that's what it is.
I
Um,
mean, I would fight back too.
Now this is
Animal
trying
lecture.
this wants you to eat it and is fighting you at the same time. No one questions the like extra refined goodies that want you to eat it like sugar.
Burritos.
This says this is from Mechanical Engineers Rocks. PepsiCo has announced plans to remove all petroleum-based synthetic food dyes from its snack products, including Doritos. I mean, it feels like that shouldn't have had to ever be an announcement.
No,
Hey, we promise to remove the poison. Keep eating our
right.
food. Responding to growing scientific and public concern over potential health risks linked to artificial coloring agents. And you know what? Let's take away the conspiracy of it. Let's take away the potential evil going on it or the profiting out of it, whatever. Let's take all of that away and let's say we want healthier food. Like, can we just get something and let's say it's not let's pretend that it's not unhealthy, but we know damn sure it doesn't have any sort of positive nutritional value. But couldn't you make snacks? And I know there are some out there that have sort of a process involved, but they also add, nutrition. I don't know how nutritious they are, but do you know about Dino Nuggets? I guess it's a popular snack
Vaguely,
for
we're talking
kids.
about like a chicken nugget
It's a chicken nugget. It's a popular like kids chicken nugget with
or
dinosaur
breaded.
shapes, but it has vegetables in it. And people have
Oh,
like
okay,
talked
yeah, the
about
hide
how
the vegetables thing.
yeah, like it's like they
So,
say, you know why Dino Nuggets taste funny? And they're like, yeah, they do kind of taste different. It's
I mean,
because
I
they have
get it,
vegetables. Yeah.
and, I'll be very straightforward and say, "Yes, I understand. I did not have children of my own. I was involved in my godson and my goddaughter in their growing up, though, so I've been around babies, and I get it. There's fussiness, but here's what I observed. My late sister-in-law was really terrible about presenting nutrition. If you went over for dinner and, she said, "Would you like steak?" Literally, you would get slab o' beef. Now, for a carnivore, that might be great. Back then, we weren't doing that. Or if she asked if you wanted mac and cheese, that's all you get on your plate, a mound of mac and cheese. She had no sense. She tried to feed those babies the same way. My
Hmm.
grandmother would get involved. She'd offer them baby carrots, and they'd happily snack on those. My niece still snacks on baby carrots to this day. She's 31. So, children actually, if you don't start presenting them the wrong things in the first place, typically will gravitate towards that. The other part of the problem, if somebody else has given something to them and they decide they like that better, is just discipline. The- I grew up on food stamps. This is what you've got. You eat it. Otherwise, I guess you're going to be hungry. I don't understand this whole thing of it's the only thing they'll eat. Really? I'm going
Uh,
to take a hardline stance on that.
that one is tough for me because I've had two children.
Yeah.
My I would say my daughter was maybe a little picky, but overall I don't really remember having an issue. But my
Yeah.
son, however, is picky, and I have this sort of added, and again, I really hate to, like, I don't want anybody out there thinking I'm trying to get some kind of sympathy, but my son having autism
That's different.
has been a challenge because I can push him, but only so hard with things, and
That's a
that's the
special
problem. Like,
circumstance. I
where do
agree.
I stop? Because he needs more meat. The kid is like skin and bones.
Yeah.
He's like this skinny little beanpole that's it's going to be taller than me, I'm sure. And
That's a whole different
you know,
scenario. It's like understanding the difference between a tantrum and a meltdown. Totally different.
sure.
Yeah. I get it. And I mean, I got more open about this last year. Um, obviously I don't know, people don't like the phrase high functioning now because they automatically assume that you're insulting people who are
Right.
not wired the same. But yeah, high functioning is what we used to call it. But yeah, I am on the spectrum myself. So there were things that I struggled with. Um, one that makes sense now that I never made sense when I was a kid. My mom talks about it. My favorite cereal was Super Sugar Crisp with the bear on the box. So
I think I
the
know what
little
you're talking about.
puffed rice, I think it is, or no,
Yeah.
puffed wheat, I guess, puffed wheat, which, you know, wheat may or may not be the best thing for me. So, but some of the little pieces of cereal sometimes are more well done or burnt almost. And she said I would sit there and pick those out of my bowl and go, bug, bug,
Bug.
obsessed.
That's
So
funny.
there were quirks.
You had your
It's just we didn't know
moments.
anything about it, you know.
Right.
So yeah,
Well,
and somebody who's more profoundly autistic will say it that way. Yeah, there's going to be a struggle. It's texture or whatever it is. Yeah.
it definitely is texture, but it's also some of it is his motor skills. Like he's got fairly good, motor skills, but his fine motor skills, like holding a pencil or using a spoon, the spoon is harder than the fork because
Oh,
the fork can just stab things. The
yeah.
spoon has to be manipulated and actually, and
This is
so he
right.
doesn't
Moved it.
like anything that's liquid or any kind of like soup or anything. Won't eat it. And I love
Yeah.
soup. I make stew and soup, and he doesn't. For a long time he didn't like anything that was even wet. That you could take the stuff out of the soup, just like the big chunks of whatever the meat and veggies and stuff, and he wouldn't like that either. But he's actually
Oh,
grown. He's grown a lot. He's grown a lot. And I hate to be down on him about it, but the thing is,
yeah.
it's tough to feed
Yeah.
him, and especially feed him healthy when I try to do things. And he actually loves veggies and fruit and stuff, but he does not want to eat meat. And look, I get it.
Wow.
Some people out there might say that's fine that he can't eat meat, but I can't just keep feeding him a 5 pound peanut butter sandwich. He won't eat that anymore. He's done with peanut
That
butter
was what we know
currently.
about
Yeah.
nutrition. Yeah, there are, for example, and I mean, this is all due respect. Let me clarify this right up front. I do not have an objection to someone else being vegan. Never did. I was primarily vegetarian for 6 years. So I understand. Everybody has their own reasons. That's fine. But the reality is, everybody I know who's been vegan, they do have to supplement. So do I because of my health issues. But just it's just the reality. You get a different type of iron, for example, from plants than you do from meat.
Hmm.
And if you want to do that, that's fine. But what we know about nutrition is there is a difference. It just needs to be acknowledged. There's no hate about it, you know?
Yeah, like there's two different kinds of protein, or at least there's at least two different. It might be more. Um,
Yeah.
But as far as food, like as far as one in meat, like red meat protein versus like beans protein, even if you're eating lots and lots of beans, you're not getting the same type of protein. You might get a higher amount in somehow some way, but
And
then
I struggled. I
right.
find like I was able to do it for a while, and then eventually my body let me know, "You can't sustain this." And
Do
I
you
was
see?
like, "Yeah,
Well, back to this story, kind of. Do you see how a lot of chips have protein in them? Like you'll see protein in a lot of items now that you don't think,
yeah."
and it's kind of to your point earlier, how they want to add it in, and it's like, wait, why do my Doritos have protein? I'm not saying, I guess I should say Doritos, but I know like
Well, in
chips
what's in
like
stores?
this, yeah, like
It's usually
that's
pea
the thing,
protein,
yeah.
and not everybody gets along with pea protein.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, but to the story's point though, I wonder if there is, even with natural products, a way to say that, hey, this is a healthy snack and it's Doritos or it's whatever. That's just the example here. But
Have
like,
you tried
can
their
you make?
Simply chips?
I have. I've tried
They're good.
Simply, a few different brands, a few different
Yeah.
flavors, and it
Moderation.
feels a lot better. Well, for sure. And I don't like right now. Currently, I have some tortilla chips in the fridge, or in the not fridge, in the cupboard. And I didn't buy anything to dip them in. I bought them because I was like, hey, these would be good for like salsa, and then I didn't get the salsa, so I don't really do a lot of chips anymore. I
I
try not
usually do
to.
it for the salt and just, 'cause I do have to intentionally eat salt.
Right.
I
I
have
have some in my
autonomic
water.
dysfunction. Yeah. So it's like, the autonomic dysfunction, yeah, because I don't eat highly processed, refined diet with sodium added into stuff. I'm at base ingredients. I have to add salt. Yeah.
Mm. Well, we can move on, I guess. But it's a good thing, I guess, that they're doing this synthetic.
Yeah.
I'm finding out from my perspective, at least my point, in my opinion, I've not seen anything yet good. Oh, I shouldn't say it that way. I'm seeing less and less things that are synthetic that are
Yeah.
in any way good.
Every time I
Or
go into the store, I see something that's been changed. I'm like, well, finally,
right,
somebody just needed to put pressure on them. Thank you,
a
RFK.
bunch of signage up. That they should. I always thought there should be a section like I mean, they do have healthy sections in the store, but um, there should be just more signage. Like,
Yes.
hey, right here, like,
Yeah.
uh,
And you know where I find a lot of the healthier formulated stuff is Grocery Outlet. I love that place, and it's cheaper there.
I don't think we have that over here. Grocery outlet,
Ah,
huh? So that sounds
yeah.
like an Aldi. We have an Aldi here. We have like Great Value, I think, in some places
Aldi's my
nearby.
second choice.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you have an Aldi? Okay, wow, Aldi's nationwide. Aldi, it's probably just like, how brands are. Aldi's probably owned by Walmart or something, and it's just like they get the secondhand
The
groceries or
Walmart
whatever.
associate, I can tell you that no, Grocery
Okay,
Outlet is not owned by them.
I'm just, it's just like a joke because it's like, oh, that's the cheaper place to go. Well, yeah, it's just like other products where you can buy the same, you know, thing that's branded in the store's logo, and it's cheaper, but it's made by the same company that's sitting right next to it. Anyway,
Yeah.
what is this about kimchi? I've never had kimchi. So this next story is again from Healthy Harbors Post. Healthy Harbors. Eating kimchi daily for 12 weeks helped people's immune cells get better at spotting viruses and bacteria while also reducing unnecessary immune overreactions.
Facts.
Hmm. What's
Fermented
kimchi?
food.
Is that the tiny
Kimchi is
like seeds
fermented
almost?
like sauerkraut is, but it's
Uh,
spicy. That's Korean. Yeah.
12
A
week
lot of
human
benefits.
critical. Sorry, go ahead. A lot of
No, a lot
benefits.
of benefits is all I was saying. Yeah. Yeah.
A story published in NPJ Science of Food 2025 examined how regular kimchi consumption affects immune function at the cellular level. Overweight adults were assigned to consume either a placebo, naturally fermented kimchi powder, or starter culture fermented kimchi powder daily for 12 weeks. A starter culture?
Yeah.
Is that synthetic, or is that just like a culture that they took from a plant and it's then grown in the lab.
Just like you would do a starter for sourdough or sauerkraut, all of those things, yogurt, cheese. Yeah,
Huh. Okay.
it's
Uh,
fermented.
Using single cell RNA sequencing on blood immune cells, researchers were able to track changes in gene activity under individual cells, a level of precision not used in earlier nutrition studies. Uh, the analysis showed the kimchi intake altered immune signaling pathways involved in pathogen recognition and immune regulation, demonstrating that the effects went beyond general gut health claims. Interesting. Well,
Oh.
sounds like it should be a good idea to add some kimchi in the old diet.
As long as it's made the right way, absolutely. I mean, just like everything else. So, like, you can go to the health food store and get um, kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles in the refrigerated section because it's got live culture. So, like, a canned sauerkraut may taste good, but you're not getting the benefits. You want that live culture, just like with yogurt. So, yeah,
So,
traditionally, what they did was they put it in a clay pot and buried it in the ground to ferment. Yeah.
um, so I had a question. Oh, Diane says, why does healthy food have to cost more? Um, I think it has to do with if you think supply and demand, there are less companies making the healthy products, which means there are less manufacturers, there are less, there's less of a network, and so therefore it costs more to get those things. But I think that it will change the more we
Yes.
demand and the more we spend the money on it. It's just like almost anything else. If you think of like an invention or like say the flat screen TV, at first only rich people could afford those things,
Yeah.
and then eventually over time those things become cheaper because of more people wanting them, and more people purchasing them makes them go down in price. Supply and
That's why
demand.
I've led the way with, I want this item, and I'll tell stores, you put it on the shelf, I'll buy it. I believe in leading the charge on that as much as I can.
Yeah, and that's sad because they can't, for one customer to say I could come in and buy it, it's not moving for them. They usually will look at
Yeah.
bigger statistics, I guess, but that's not always going to prove that you're going to make money on it either. So it's sad. But
I had that
go ahead.
I had that fight with Vons over the eggs that are pasteurized in the shell. I think the brand is like, I want to say Robertson's, Robinson's, something. I don't know, something like. But there is a pasteurized in shell egg that's safer to eat raw. But all of a sudden they disappeared, so I kept having this debate with the grocer. Well, not enough of them were selling. I'm like, so just stock fewer of them, but I'll buy a bunch.
Hmm.
I finally gave up on it. They stopped putting them on the shelf.
It's like you can't, you can't. There should be an area for like requests, current requests, and you can only get it for so long. And if it sells good enough, it can be permanent. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's an idea. I actually have if we're talking about not food items, but other like health items, I go to a local place. Shouts out to the Wink House. There's a whole bunch of
yeah.
different vendors in there, and the vendors a lot of times will work off of each other on like different kinds of products, and they make a bunch of different things that I can replace products I would have gotten in the store. But anyway, we're getting off topic, I guess. But yeah, I've never tried kimchi. Definitely want to try it sometime. Um,
Spicy. I mean, you can get milder. Traditionally, it's very hot, but you can get all ranges of it.
I
There's a
wonder if that
company.
matters.
Look look for Sonoma Creamery because they make the refrigerator section kimchi, sauerkraut, and pickles. I think it's Sonoma Creamery. I think that's right.
Brand sounds familiar for sure.
Well, Sonoma's Northern California, so
What's this next story from Quick Facts? We've got about 10 minutes before I do the number spin, so if you haven't gotten yourself a number over on the indoorfarmer.locals.com, I suggest you do so. But this one says polyester clothing is linked to infertility and endocrine disruption in both men and women. Is that a big surprise? I
oh
don't know.
well. You know?
Yeah, you were talking about that. I'm actually wearing some right now.
Yeah. And look, people who push the wear cotton, I hate 100% cotton. And maybe that's one of my texture issues, but
Hmm.
I will tell you this as an outdoor person, you don't hike in jeans. You don't wear cotton because it's not good for temperature regulation, whether it's hot or it's cold. You sweat, it stays wet. It does not evaporate properly.
What
So
about silk? Should we wear silk pants everywhere?
silk, well,
Silk
there's
pants,
silk thermals. There's silk liner socks. They're pricey, but
maybe
eh.
hemp, some hemp clothing.
I actually
Yeah.
have some clothing that is. And also, linen is natural fiber, but I'm not hiking in it.
Yeah, that's the thing is different kinds of clothing for different kinds of situations, and I don't know. We've got a lot of plastic in and around us. I don't know if we can solely link all of that to just the synthetic clothing. You know what I mean? We're
We're not getting
ingesting
away
it,
from it.
right? We're ingesting it. So is it really the pants, or is it just, is it maybe everything combined? I don't know. Um,
If you could
synthetic.
show me 100% cotton leggings, stretchy leggings.
So this is what they're going with. They're going with the human, the body heat. Synthetic fabrics like polyester can trap heat and moisture close to the skin and may contain or release chemicals used during manufacturing. Some of these chemicals are suspected endocrine disruptors. So I actually looked into this with my air fryer because I found
Yeah.
out air frying can also be harmful if you go above 375 degrees. I saw. I don't know if that's, you guys do your own research, but um, luckily my air fryer has a temperature thing, but the one I had before that didn't have a temperature gauge. It was on or off, like like it was air fry or not. And it was interesting that it was like a toaster oven
High
kind of.
temperatures are, like just like with oils, which is why we avoid seed oils now. High temperatures are problematic, but the question is, did you burn your food? That's really where the problem is.
Hmm.
Burnt food, we already know, is carcinogenic.
Well,
That's
they're
not
they're
new.
this is talking about the chemicals that get released from the metal coating on the
Okay.
metal, and the link to the story was that the heating up of the polyester was releasing chemicals from the polyester, and it's similar to like when you cook.
Yeah.
And that's why all the non-stick stuff out there is so bad because it's
Yeah.
not only flaking off, but it's also just releasing that chemical as it's too hot.
I
Um,
like ceramic, stainless steel, ceramic, like enamelware. I don't cook in aluminum. When I was younger, I did because it's just what we had because it was cheap.
mhm,
But yeah, I avoid aluminum. I like to score cast iron and enamelware from the thrift stores. That's where you can get it cheap.
right.
Cast iron is not. You don't throw your cast iron away if it gets rusty. You guys just restore it. It's not that hard, you know. And yes, you can wash cast iron. You have to go through the process of drying it thoroughly and oiling it up. Yeah.
You can also like I don't know how gross this is, but you can also cover it depending on what you cooked in it, um, and you can just cook in it again.
Oh yeah.
You don't have
I
to.
don't
I
tell
mean,
because like I make my
maybe
own
not
tallow at
forever.
home.
Depends on how gross
Yeah.
it's getting, right? But you can actually just kind of keep the greases and the fats in there and cook
Yeah.
again.
Perfectly
Um,
fine.
and that is a positive note, I guess, to segue to this next story because it's another positive story about hugging. Hugging and cuddling kills depression, relieves anxiety, improves skin, strengthens the immune system.
The
Strengthens the immune system.
oxytocin, I guess, or yeah.
You just hug people to feel better. If you start to feel sick, just start hugging people. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. But here's why something as simple as a hug can have such a powerful effect on your mind and body. Physical touch triggers the release of oxytocin, like you said, often called the bonding hormone. Ooh. not the bondage hormone, that's a little different, which helps lower stress hormones like cortisol and promotes feelings of safety and connection. This natural response can ease anxiety, lift mood, and reduce symptoms of depression by calming the nervous system. Regular hug, well, so can cannabis. I'm just kidding. Regular hugging and cuddling may also support the immune system by lowering chronic stress, which is known to weaken the body's defense over time. Even skin health can benefit, as reduced stress helps regulate inflammation and overall body balance. In a fast-paced world, genuine human touch isn't just comforting; it's biologically healing. Oh
True.
yeah.
All true.
Come here, baby. I just need a little healing. I just need a little healing. Give me that healing hug.
I need a hug, Waylon.
Hashtag hugging isn't is I don't know. Oh, that's okay. Hugging, yeah, interesting.
Next news story, some psychos running down the street grabbing people randomly and hugging them.
Like, does it have to be in this way? Do you see the X-ray picture here? Does it only can be, you can only hug in that way because like their eyes are about to touch, their lips are definitely close
No.
to touching.
Any hug, and it actually it does change with the length of time. And they say there's like this number, like you need X number of hugs per day. I'm screwed. I'm alone all the time.
Well, you can give yourself a hug.
Yeah, yeah. So there's also merit to that, going back to the whole going back to the somebody just now tuned in and went, "What the?" Yeah.
What's happening
There's
over there?
merit to this around the autistic spectrum issues as well. If I were physically capable, we could both do that at the same time, but I don't have that kind of mobility in my shoulders yet. Um, Compression. So this is the reason weighted blankets are good for some people.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, the compression, uh, adult people with autism learn this, that helps with your nervous system.
calming. I wonder if
Yeah,
there's anything that to the two heartbeats touching fairly close. I don't know this for sure, but I feel like your heartbeats would like sync up maybe a little bit over time. I don't know.
possibly.
I know that there are services that you can pay for. Now, don't get no Diddy over here. That you can
I've
pay
heard of that.
cuddling service. You can pay someone to
Yeah.
cuddle with you for a while.
Yeah, there is. There's a whole industry around that.
Like, sir, you just paid for the cuddling. No flashlights allowed in the
We are talking about cuddling, you guys.
right. Well, I feel like there may be fronts for prostitution. I don't know, but there might also be real, like legitimate. I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
there's legitimate ones, yeah.
I can't imagine someone doing that and not getting propositioned all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
There was some, like, a show that I watched about it, or documentary or an interview or something, and yeah, there was a girl who was talking about that. It's like, you develop a client base that you can trust, because new people, you're
kind of
never
like
sure.
massage. Yeah, kind of like massage.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little more intimate than like I don't know which one's more. I don't know. That one is a tough question. Which one's
Well, with
more intimate?
massage, you're usually taking off items of clothing, so that's probably
True, but you're not spooning. Like,
unless it's
so
a front.
okay. So I don't know. I kind of go in circles on that one. Yeah, you're naked and maybe getting oiled up and stuff, but it's just the hands, out here. But if you're laying down with them, even with some clothes on,
It's
anyway,
more intimate, to use a word that, yeah, fits it. Yeah, it is. There's an intimacy to it, which is the entire point, of course. But yeah,
Soil Food in the House, shouts out. One of our awesome sponsors. They offered, I got to let Bean know about it, but Bean Dongo won game night this weekend, and Soil Food offered an extra bottle of the flower juice, jungle juice, worm
jungle
casting
juice.
juice. It's a worm juice, worm tea. Um,
Worm
awesome
juice.
stuff. Yeah, like
Okay.
Worm, like worm tea. You ever heard of it? It's good stuff. It's
For the
good stuff.
garden, yeah. It just
Yeah, yeah.
sounded
It's
funny.
not. You
Worm
don't
juice.
take shots of it. It's not. Yeah, it kind of sounds like it could be. You ever had like there's shots with like gummy worms in them and stuff like that. I could see it. Um,
Well, back in the day, not tequila, but same thing though. It's got a worm in the bottle.
yeah, I never did try the. I used to drink tequila, and I never tried the worm, unfortunately.
Yeah, I refused to get down that far on it. Like, I'll drink it, but you can keep the bug.
I don't think I ever even saw a bottle that had a real worm in it.
I've got one.
You probably would easily get one down living where you live, a lot
Oh
closer
yeah.
to the border. I could see that. Guys, I'm gonna
Actually, I
do
think we
this.
bought it when we lived in the Bay Area, though.
Oh, well, I'm sure it gets around. I just never saw it. Never saw it.
Yeah.
Because it isn't it from? Is it from Mexico? The
Yeah.
tequila with the worm in it.
Oh
I think
yeah.
it is.
Here, while you're spinning that, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
sure, no problem. I'll take a little sneak a break too. Shh. Nobody tell anybody. Shh. Looks like number 12 is gonna make it. Number 12. Who's number 12? Number 12. It would be really ironic if it was Margaret on her birthday. No, Dollyweed. Rose, congrats. Margaret, you were in here somewhere. Probably down this way. No, no. Margaret's like, I'm gonna take a I'm gonna take a break. Oh, there it is. 11. You were so close. I could see you also taking a break from the wheel just because you've got so many, but you don't. Either way, it's fine. I actually would rather have more people get in on this, guys, and not less, because there's plenty of ways to give this stuff away to other people, if you want to give prizes away, or you can win. If you want to help me out, you can win the coupons and just never use them. That's always helpful too. Because a lot of people, I find there's a lot of people that either want to be generous, uh, and I guess you could simplify it to takers and givers, like, because a lot of there's like different, I guess, theories on that, but there are a lot of people that do just want to come through and get the free goodies and stuff. But then there's also a lot of people that don't necessarily want free stuff. They want to just they just want the community, and maybe the the hug. I'm kidding. The virtual hug.
It's
Anyway,
mezcal, by the way. I couldn't think of it. It was mezcal. I had to look it up.
mezcal. That's
Yeah,
the brand.
mezcal is not exactly the same as tequila. It's a similar process, but that's what will typically have a worm in the bottle is mezcal.
Oh, so it's not really tequila.
No.
But people, like, it's always been, that's like a trope, or like in the movies kind of thing. Talk about tequila with the worm. Um, all right, what's this
Yeah, I
next
mean, it's a
story?
myth that
Oh,
it's
go ahead.
hallucinogenic. It's not.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, maybe they're confusing that with absinthe. Never had any
Well,
true absinthe either.
even absinthe is not as ominous as it's been mythologically made out to be.
It's just
And
rare,
I've
or I guess it's a little bit more rare, so it's people can
I've
like
had the
maybe.
real thing made by someone at
Oh yeah.
home.
Oh wow. Because I know it's not they can't sell it here. I know I heard that. I don't know. Maybe it
Yeah,
depends on
you
the
can
state.
get it. You can get it, but
Well,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
you get
legally,
lower
yeah.
price.
You can order it through Bevmo.
Oh, got this isn't a commercial. Okay, no more. Okay, no more. Now builders can operate backhoes from the comfort of their office.
Ugh.
So this is interesting. I don't know. It's probably nice to get out there and everything, but that's got to be hard on your body over time. So this could
It
be
is.
positive. This could be a good thing. It could also be. I can also see the downside in it as well. Like
Yeah. There's
what.
nothing. Look, there's nothing you can do in the gym that compares to functional muscles from a hard day's work. As much as I
Yeah, but
love gym, you know,
uh, is it the same? Yeah, I agree. But is it the same? Are you getting an exercise hard day of work when you're sitting in the backhoe all day? Or is it just getting you're getting jostled around, your body's, the
there's more to it
vibration,
than
the
that.
sound, the noise.
No, there's more to it than that. Just like driving a truck. People think that truck drivers just sit on their butt all day and they think, that's why truck drivers are fat, man. No, it's because they're eating in the truck stop instead of leaving here with a bag full of all your meals for the week, like I send
Right.
Jim out of here, okay?
Mhm.
So if you are conscientious and park your truck at the far end of the truck stop and walk all the way in when you got to go in there, then you get sufficient exercise because there's more to it. You got to pre-trip the truck and run around it. These guys doing this stuff, they do more than just sit in the machine all day. Absolutely.
That's true. Now, I wonder how they could do that. I wonder what they still got to have somebody on the job site because if the truck gets stuck, if it has a breakdown, yada yada yada, like any number of things that a remote control can't fix.
Yep.
Now look at this though. The first comment, Shantz. Meanwhile, they are gathering all the data for AI to replace the skill by doing this, and
Yep.
I definitely could see that. I mean, anytime you digitize the data, it's gonna get.
That's an area where I'm opposed. Like my niece has been very straight with me that she is anti AI. And I get it. I can't be anti because I'm a content creator. I use it. Technically, if you own a smartphone, you cannot say you are anti AI, just FYI. That's a lot of letters. I feel like Robin Williams right now. So,
Right. You can't really
so
even choose to not be anti AI now because everything's
yeah,
got it.
it's
Everything's
everywhere.
yeah. It's
Like
kind of
plastic.
well. There is some movement. So I'm seeing people on Facebook posting things like, we're this one was talking about a whole group that was dedicated to not using AI, and I'm like, that just means that you're not benefiting from it, but you're still using AI. That's all you're doing is saying that I'm gonna choose to not do anything with it myself. But
And if
every
you
time,
have an X account, yeah, you are using AI because
every
they
search engine,
actually turned the algorithm over to Grok.
yeah. Oh, that's funny. Every search engine is AI now. Every
Yes.
search engine. You can't.
Google.
Facebook is AI. Facebook is run by AI. Meta like it's literally run by just nothing but
So
a
it's
system.
here and we're in the middle of it. It's just there's two things. One, are you going to use it beneficially and with ethics? That's your choice. Everybody out there, that's your choice. Are you going to use it ethically? Because you're using it either way.
Right.
The other thing is guardrails, which we only have a certain amount of control over because industries are going to go that direction. But that's where we use our voice. You vote
Mhm.
with your dollars, you use your voice. This kind of thing,
What are the downsides? What do you see?
yeah, I got reservations. So, like, because the typical thing of taking jobs away. So, what they'll say in response is, well, yeah, but he's got a job there. But what is this guy doing sitting inside? No fresh air, no sun, doing the same thing, but not walking anywhere. He's not doing the physical parts of that job.
I
Does he
could
go to
see
the gym?
this on the job
No
site.
interest.
What do you think of that? What do you think of this being like on the job site and you're in like a trailer where there's a big open window next to all these screens and you're out there physically able to see it. You can step out of the trailer and go fix something or get some, do something physically, and it keeps a connection, but also keeps. I think it also would help with the safety
On
of
a
things.
stationary bike.
Put him on a
Stationary bike or
you
a
know.
treadmill, maybe we'll talk.
Okay. Well, I could see that, but I'm just talking about like the some of the dangers of the job site that would
You
it
know,
would
I'll say something controversial here about it. uh, Risk keeps you sharp. Yeah,
true.
one of the most impressive jobs to me. I recognize that there some people they want to bubble wrap everybody. So
Mm,
like my
true.
household is supported by a truck driver. There are risks, but I have seen his mental health decline when he is sitting at home for 9 months with a knee injury. I have seen it more than once with other injury. He is not a pleasant person. He is not mentally healthy when he is sitting at home. He must work. When he doesn't work, no. Okay. And I think that it's that way with a lot of men in particular. The physical work is important. And so, are you the motivated kind of person who's going to get off your butt and go to the gym? Because, see, what I've seen with him is when he can't work, he does not motivate himself to do that. So, the work is the motivating factor because he feels productive.
But didn't
Some
you say
people
he had an
don't feel
injury?
like they're being productive in the gym. Say that again.
Didn't you say he had injury? He
Jim,
was
yeah, he had a
he
knee
had a
injury.
knee injury, and you want him to go to the gym?
His whole body wasn't busted.
All right, you're right. Touche.
You know what
He
I'm
could
gonna
do other
say.
things. He could do other things.
Exactly. So
That's
it took a
true.
lot to motivate him to start doing that. Like, get your resistance bands out. Your arms aren't busted. Pick up a weight. Yes. But
I
see,
need
some
grip
people
strength,
won't
man.
do it.
We all need to get to. That's a whole nother story. But man, our
Yeah,
grip strength needs to be something else. Um,
that.
so 2 points here. I've seen multiple posts today alone from people talking about data centers using up a lot of water and being bad for different reasons. And then there was another good post that was okay. So the main post, the first post was kind of blaming AI and saying, you're using AI and one picture, uses up this many liters of water or something like that. And I'm just and I'm like, okay, and I moved along. I didn't really didn't decide to respond about anything. And another post comes up about how everything you're doing is using up water, like all the electronics, like things that are heated is using water somewhere. The internet, just the internet in general, servers and data
Resources.
centers. Yeah, it's not necessarily AI, but yes, I think that is ramping up. But to just as a counterpoint to that, I like the idea that it could be a good thing because it's forcing us to actually get our act together about power generation, which we could have been doing for a long time. Things like
Yeah.
nuclear, things that are safer now, that are way just to generate way more for way less cost. Maybe that could be a good gentle push. And these industries are doing it. They're going to do it by sheer pressure from their own companies to have bigger centers and more power and more ability, and so they're going to push it from that
Efficiency.
end. Yeah, and they're going to push it from the lobbying end, which will actually get it done. I
Yeah.
think, versus us just saying, hey, why not, why aren't you doing things like, anyway, there's multiple
I think
hydrogen
it's
and
just like, for example, let's say this way.
hey, congrats Rose, you won
Let's
earlier.
say you have, let's say your property is half an acre, 1 acre, right? And you've got a lot of grass. If you are 20 something, get out there with a mower and walk, please.
Hmm.
So, the whole reason we came up with riding mowers is for people who have acreage and also for the older citizen, then maybe that's not realistic for them or someone with a disability. But if you're capable, to give up what you are capable of doing to me is one of the worst sins, and I say that from the perspective of someone who, it, I had a year in my life where I couldn't walk. So I will intentionally, at this point in my life, go elevator, stairs, stairs, take the stairs. Not because like that isn't an appealing option. It is. I'd like to take the elevator, but I know better because when I am 75, I would like to still be able to take the stairs.
Exactly.
Well, risk keeps you sharp. mentally and physically. And that's why I say it. I know it's a controversial idea, but I think that giving all of that up is a bad plan. I'm not saying that you should damage yourself intentionally, but there are certain physical tasks that we should not turn over to machinery and computers. Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of a compromise here because this job, could be done on location, but using you know remote uh, machinery. Because I don't see what the physical benefit of them sitting in that chair versus this chair, unless if you're getting jostled around enough, you're actually using your muscles in some ways. I'm sure. Um, I don't
Yeah,
know.
and
I
all of the
guess.
maintenance and other things.
But
Do you know what a
imagine this chair
refinery
inside. Imagine the chair inside having like exercise equipment attached to it and stuff, and they're
Yeah.
doing leg
Do you
lifts
know what
while
a
they're.
refinery super shifter is? Have you ever heard of that?
Uh-uh, never.
So, my brother went to school with a guy, they're still friends, kind of. Um, he used to work at the refinery there in, Torrance. His father was the last of the super shifters. They don't have them anymore, but he taught Larry everything that he knew. So a super shifter was someone who could walk into literally any area of that refinery, flip any switch, turn any valve. He knew exactly what he was doing in the entire refinery. They don't teach them that anymore.
Mm-mm.
So what
Specialized.
happens when someone can't do a thing and you're the only one there? Super shifters were gold. They were amazing. Now, Larry wasn't one, but he knew everything that his dad, well, most of the stuff that his dad did. He could do that stuff. I think that we much by categorizing people of just do this one little task. I really believe in expanding your capabilities, and if someone is that gifted individual who can learn all of that, like somebody who can learn 8 languages, they should. They absolutely should. And it's the same thing with these physical tasks. What happens when you have people, like everybody's all sitting indoors and like, what if that all breaks down? Is the job stop? Or can somebody go out there and just run that thing? I think that's
That's a problem
important.
with hyper specialization is a problem.
Yeah.
Um, it's a problem, but it's a double edged sword because
Yeah.
the positive out of it is we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing right now without hyper specialization. Like we
True.
wouldn't be able to. Most things, most of these electronics, most of the gadgets I have in front of me, that stuff wouldn't be around because it's not just assembly line uh, sort of technology. It's hyper specialization in that somebody had to work really hard for a long time just to come up with the computer chip and make it that size. And that's not just a bunch of people working together in a line that can do that. It's some guy that really, maybe multiple people. Obviously, I don't mean to like specialize it like that, but anybody that's specially looking at that type of technology. Anyway, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm rambling, but yeah, it is.
That's
It's
true.
really it's good and bad. But if we
Yeah.
could just like maybe if we could just teach that you need to have a general knowledge and a specific knowledge,
Yeah,
or they're
like an
both.
internist.
Mhm.
A physician that's an internist spends a few weeks in each specialized department. Not that they can be a cardiologist. They may have a specialty though. Not that they can be, an ortho, but they have spent time in that department so they understand what they're looking at and they can diagnose and send you to the specialist. That general knowledge is actually really important. Yeah.
It's like that saying that people it gets butchered, but jack of all trades, master of one.
One is better. Yeah. We
Master
always
of
say
one.
none, and that's not
Right.
good.
And master of none is kind of, I believe, I might be incorrect here, but I believe the correct way of saying it is master of one, meaning you master one trade and then get good at other things. Broaden your horizon, broaden your interests. But basically, to like really master one trade, which I'm not. Obviously, I'm a little late in my life to be mastering a trade, but I do at least have a vision and a direction and a path. and that feels good. It feels good to have just something that I'm like working at, just that one thing. Even though I have curiosity and interest in many different topics and subjects, I'm still going towards that one main goal. Um, let's see here. What else? What
Let's
else do
find
we
out
have?
what ChatGPT says is the original phrase.
Okay.
So yeah, the original one is none, but I like the way you said it better.
Well, there is more to the phrase as well. Um, does it say the whole thing?
Don't
Jack
think
of
it
all
does.
trades, master of
Master of
none.
None shows up in English by the early 1600s. Jack was a generic name for an ordinary fellow, yeah. And the saying was a mild dig at people who could do many things competently but didn't truly excel at any one of them. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I
Well, let's
stand
see.
corrected.
Let's see. Master of One part is a much later addition, mostly a modern internet era expansion. That makes sense. I mean,
Hmm.
it's meant to flip the meaning into something more positive. No solid historical evidence that it was part of the original proverb, but I like it. I think
Hmm.
that's better. I think it's like a. I think it fits in with stoicism, to be honest.
It kind of does, yeah, because the Stoic would want to know many things, but also be an expert in some kind of a fashion.
Yes,
Andrew,
I
what's up,
like that. I'm
Andrew?
gonna. I'm gonna keep that one.
All you have to do is comment to get on the door prize wheel. We still got a few more stories to look at. This next one here from the Herba Vita. Herba Vita. After it's a product. After
Life
7 years drowning my own mucus, my ENT finally told me the truth. This is permanent. Your body just produces more mucus. It's genetic. Permanent.
true.
Genetic. Like my DNA had sentenced me to suffocate in phlegm. That's how you spell phlegm? Wow.
Yeah,
Until I die. I sat in the parking lot Googling chronic mucus suicide at 2 a.m. At 2 a.m.? Whoa, whoa, which parking lot were you in at 2 a.m.? Like, what AI wrote this? I was in my ENT's, parking lot at 2 a.m. What? Or maybe his parking lot. In the parking lot, maybe at
that's not creepy.
his, his apartment parking lot, maybe? I don't know. Is that what you would say if you're at home? Like, anyway, that's just that right there is a little bit alarming. Not planning anything, just needed to know if others felt this hopeless. Found a thread with 1,847 comments, all asking, "Is this really forever?" See, I don't know how much of this is true. Like, almost none of it could be true. It could be all
That
just
looks like it's written by AI. I've learned
so
to
much
recognize
too.
it like that.
Last month, I found the forum where I first learned about gut sealing. Posted 7 years of permanent genetic mucus gone in 30 days. It was never genetic. It was plastic poisoning. It
Yeah,
was,
leaky gut syndrome, which I had.
yeah, like these
Stop the
little
seed
bits.
oils,
Yeah.
you
No
know.
picture though. Just
Good lord.
like, wow,
Which I,
okay.
I will tell you, I have struggled. You've seen me go through a time frame where it was really hard for me to broadcast or even be on spaces because I was coughing so much. So
Mm,
yeah, I struggled with this, especially after having COVID 3 times. So what I have found is the more I avoid carbohydrates, especially the simple ones, the less postnasal drip and the cough stops. Yeah.
mm.
So that's
Yeah, there's definitely multiple factors that we probably on a regular basis don't address, and then when you end up with some kind of problem like the plastic, little bits of plastic cutting your gut lining and causing us inflammation and stuff, that is on top of the like average everyday things that already happen, like the air quality inside our homes, like our
yeah.
ventilation systems and all that is a huge thing that's constantly kind of attacking our
Textiles that
senses.
emit chemicals.
Sense, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just one another thing on the pile.
Cleaning products. I try to go as natural as I can.
For sure. I mean, I think that's going to be the goal, the direction at least, not the goal, because like, saying a goal sounds like it's attainable, but more or less the direction that I want to live in.
The
Um,
best that you can do, like this is what I always tell people, do something good for yourself. It doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect, but all those little good things are going to add up and it's better. Better is good.
Hello, Don. I see you. Yeah, I mean, like a positive direction. Like honestly, sometimes you got to fall back a couple steps, but going like having a direction in all is like half the battle.
One little
Just
thing, I
uh,
switched to organic on my coffee because glyphosate heavily saturates coffee crops. If it's organic, that's not going to be in the picture.
oh, so that's the
Um,
opposite. I saw this other thing about what things that it doesn't penetrate as much. Like what type of vegetables and fruit that it have a harder shell that you can. So you're saying
that's
this
a
is something that
factor,
it's absorbs more actually, like the other way around.
but like with wheat and the problem. Okay, King Arthur flour is going to mention this. King Arthur does not guarantee, unless it's their organic line, does not guarantee that glyphosate is not used in the growing process. However, they are not using wheat that has been sprayed with it after the fact.
Right.
They're using it as a
Afterwards.
desiccant in so many, like if it doesn't say organic, that's what they're doing. King Arthur, however, they actually don't handle it that way. So there's choices, there's options. So King Arthur is less expensive because they don't have that organic stamp, but they have taken measures to reduce your exposure. Yeah.
Well, and that's all we can hope for at this point. And speaking of, this kind of goes along the line of this next post here. It's from New Life, New Body. It's another sort of AI video, kind of a little bit opposite of what we had been seeing with the. I can't remember the name of it, but you know those like really freaky ones for like Starbucks and McDonald's and stuff, and they're melting and they're showing you how nasty. Remember I showed at least one or two where they're just like
I
crazy.
think so, yeah.
Well, this is similar, but the other way around, where it's showing you like good foods.
If your stomach hurts and bloating won't go away, eat sauerkraut. Probiotics clear gas in 20 minutes. If your head is pounding and pills aren't working, eat
There you go,
almonds.
almond man,
Magnesium opens up blood vessels and the pain melts away. If your joints ache and every movement hurts, eat turmeric with black pepper.
turmeric
Inflammation disappears
with
in a
black
week.
pepper.
What pain are you dealing with right now? Follow so you don't forget. If your stomach hurts and
So we'll let it play it muted, but um,
So yes, you see, I said that there's probiotics and prebiotics. Fiber is really good, um, as long as you don't overdo it. Like for me, overdoing fiber is real easy. So that's a very individually gauged thing. But yeah, fermented foods actually have benefits. It's true.
there's a bunch of videos like this. I don't know if it's the same people putting them out, but like different medicinal properties and different kinds of foods. Let's check
Out
real quick.
man is freaking me out.
Yes, our sauerkraut guy is like intense. Oh, this is another one I saw.
avocado, best fruit to lower cholesterol, drops it by 20%. Okra, best vegetable to lower cholesterol, traps it like a magnet. Green tea, best tea to lower
So AI,
cholesterol,
but
works faster than pills. Garlic, best spice to lower cholesterol, unclogs arteries naturally. Walnut, best nut to lower cholesterol, heart medicine in a shell. Flaxseed, best seed to lower cholesterol, plant-based omega-3 powerhouse. Oats, best grain to lower
oats,
cholesterol, results in 30 days. Olive oil, best oil to lower cholesterol. Liquid
olive
gold,
oil. Just
blend these into smoothies for maximum
I got
results.
this.
Avocado,
Okay,
Yeah,
so there's a caveat there. You guys, please don't waste your money on products that have whole flax seeds. Humans cannot digest whole flax seeds. If you actually want the benefit, you're going to have to get the oil or get it where it's been ground up like a flour in that product. Whole flax seeds are the biggest scam ever.
really.
They don't help
I've
you.
not heard about this. I don't think I've ever bought flaxseed.
It's
Um,
in breads. They put it
oh, I
in
see.
bread and they advertise flax seeds and it's like I can see them. They're whole. They're not but it
They've
can
got a
also be
whole
very
bunch of
hard
them.
on your digestive system, even the oil. It's not the best thing for everybody.
the
But
best
most of that spot on.
Watch this
Meat.
one.
Protein for
Amen.
muscle, beef. Creatine and iron make you stronger without supplements. The best vegetable for muscle, broccoli, removes excess estrogen and boosts testosterone naturally.
It's
The best
me.
nut for
Wait, that guy looks like me.
Okay, broccoli, you want to cook it, especially ladies, because the goitrogens are going to suppress your thyroid function. Cook it. Yeah.
It's me.
You
That's
are
me.
now broccoli man.
Hemp hearts are better, Rose. Yeah, I heard hemp hearts are really good, and also hemp microgreens and stuff like that. But now with the laws, probably won't be able to do those. Hey, what's up, Kyle? Yeah, this broccoli guy looks just like me. Let me add Kyle here before we finish this. But wow, me with a broccoli fro, I guess you might call it.
naturally. The best nut for muscle, walnuts. Omega-3 reduces inflammation and speeds up growth 3 times faster. The best fish for muscle, salmon. 20 grams of protein plus fats that build hormones. The best dairy for muscle, cottage cheese. Casein
But it's funny that every one of them is eating themselves.
Yeah.
They're all eating themselves.
feeds your muscles for 8 hours while you sleep, so hit subscribe. The best
Cottage cheese feeds your muscles for 8 hours
But
while
again,
you
with
sleep.
dairy, like choose carefully. Grass fed.
Cheese carefully.
Cheese carefully. Cheese carefully, broccoli man.
Yes. Wow, this guy needs a shave. Walnut
So I
eating his.
buy
Wow.
with cottage cheese I buy like Nancy's and the ones that are probiotic specifically labeled for that, organic, that kind of thing. I've never been a huge proponent of you have to eat all organic because I know nobody can afford it. It's ridiculous. But where I can, yes, I will. Grass-fed beef, yes. Can't afford it, US sourced. Stater Brothers in my area. Yeah.
Mm. I do want to get like one of these meat packages from one of these like well-known supernatural companies like uh, I think Moink is the one I've heard of. Moink, Moo Oink.
I wanna try Santa Carrata because what they do is it's grass-fed and then they carrot finish.
Oh wow,
They
a
feed their
carrot
carrots.
finish.
I kid you not. Now, Calico Fish House, that way, south, in Huntington Beach, that's Chef Andrew Gruel, who went to extraordinary measures to stay open during the closures. And I actually went
I
down
think
there
I've heard that
twice to
name.
help him with, sorting donations to help people from the fires. Was that last year or the year before? And I have eaten at his place. That restaurant is amazing. He cooks fries in tallow, he does all of that. Yeah. But he has Santa Carrata. I haven't tried it yet, but I hear it's really good.
Rose says, "Will you be my nutritionist?" Who are you asking me, Rose? I'll tell you what to eat. Some boxes of Lucky Charms, and then I don't know. Just kidding.
Yep.
No, I'm still working on eating better, but I find myself really just I love to just have soup. When I
Yeah.
take my son to his mom's every other day, and I'll
Soup
just
and
have
broth,
some soup.
very good.
Yeah,
Did
and I
you
could.
see my post where I scooped all of that grass-fed hamburger?
I don't think I did,
3.98 a pound.
and it's all grass fed. Wow.
Grocery outlet. I
This
walked in and saw that and I went, I'm just like stacking them in my cart.
I don't know what it costs here, so I honestly don't know. It didn't hit me
That
as
one
like, oh,
is
that's a good
normally
deal,
about
you know. Oh wow, yeah, grass fed. Yeah, okay. I don't even know if I see that in my store that I go to. An engineer's gone viral after collecting around 500 discarded disposable vapes and repurposing their lithium-ion batteries
yeah, Dolly
to
Whole Foods
power
is
his.
terrible.
I don't. We don't have a Whole Foods around here.
Lucky you.
Power his entire home. I don't know if this is true or not, but
Wow.
he used discarded vape
Wow.
batteries, and weld them all together in some way. I'd have to look at this, but it's from
That
Tech
sounds
Times.
dangerous.
It does, and it looks kind of dangerous, but an engineer has gone viral after collecting around 500 discarded disposable vapes and repurposing the lithium ion batteries to power his entire home what most people see as trash turned out to be a functional, fully functional energy source capable of running lights. First of all, full stop. No, it's not. They're batteries. That's not an
Yeah.
energy source. Where are you getting the energy from?
Yeah, they're gonna run down.
That is not an energy source. Capable
No.
of running lights, appliances, and essential household systems. Each babe contains a small but powerful lithium battery, and when combined, they form a surprisingly robust robot that is named Optimus. Oh, I'm just kidding. Energy storage setup. The engineer safely extracted, tested, and rewired the cells into a custom battery wall, demonstrating just how much usable power ends up in landfills daily.
I
What
mean,
do you
it's
mean
you make
usable
a point.
power? What
He's
is?
making a point. I get that, but
I
it's
get
not
that.
efficient.
I don't believe this. I don't believe this article right off the bat because of the
Yeah.
way it's wording this. Batteries do not equal power.
No. Yeah. To
Batteries
just
need
comment really
power.
quick on Dolly, like I said, Whole Foods is terrible, yes, and I think the bison they sell there is actually beefalo. Don't quote me on that, but it might be. And Whole Foods is just ridiculously expensive.
Mm,
So yeah.
more so than needed to be. Now, I got to imagine that we can get the prices down on real food, on whole food. No pun intended. Healthy
That
food.
store, no, but yeah.
Maybe not that
Like
store, but I
everywhere.
just mean like in general by using more regenerative farming, because
Customer demand too.
I brought this up yesterday. I watched a podcast with Rogan and Ron Paul, and he talks
Oh,
about organic farmers for just a split second in there, and he mentions that they don't do that because it's costs more, and that's incorrect. It's totally incorrect because the cost is not being really fully factored in for the long term longevity. The cost you're actually reducing the use of the land versus building it up to the point where it becomes more better and better. So that cost is not even being factored in. There should be that
yeah.
there is a dollar amount to that. Somebody
Long-term
there's an
efficiency.
auditor out there somewhere that could figure that out. You know.
Yes. Well, okay. This is no different than what I said about the vitamins. So, we went into this whole thing of, let's process it this way for safety. And then, oops, we destroyed the vitamins when we did that. So let's put the vitamins back in. But we want a bigger profit margin. So let's do synthetic vitamins because that's another whole industry.
Hmm.
That's There are steps to how we ended up here. Now we need to back up, which yes, it will take some time to do that. But RFK, he understood this. He could see it. Elon can see it. All these people can see it, and so they're making the steps to repair what got us here. So just like with weight loss, I didn't get overweight overnight. So I don't
Right.
expect to lose all the overweight overnight either. It is a
Ozempic,
process.
baby.
It's like, what, and I've obviously I'm building the muscle. Here, wait. I've got the muscle. It's
Ah,
there, you know. So for a girl, I've got pretty decent biceps, but this is a matter of, the process of building the different sets of muscles. My lats are too weak, right? I need to work on my hamstrings. I know all these things because I'm in physical therapy. But, going through and unwinding the problems that were created by the imbalances because of my injuries, it takes time. We're going to have to do the same thing with our food industry. There has to be customer demand. We have to keep pressure on them. We have to stand together with each other and say, "This is what I wanna buy. Give me that, or I won't buy here."
well, look at what we read earlier with Pepsi and from popular demand, we want real food. They say.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I can see but back to this story specifically. I could see this being real, but at the same time, they messed up with the wording. Um, I at best he made himself a battery wall that he could maybe recharge and
I
use
hope
like
he's keeping it in
solar.
a totally concrete area, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that too. Like this just looks like a bad Let's see
You
what
got a
people.
wooden
Dude will
fence, you
go
got a
missing
car.
soon. The people are like assuming it says dude will go missing soon. Seen that movie already? What like that? Like this is the that's gonna get him killed. He found a way to use up the rest of the juice that's in some of the batteries that people threw away. Because once they go dead, you have to then put power back into it. Oh man, this is so funny. Unless he's riding his bike and then like that, and that car doesn't even look real. That looks like a skinny car. Like this just looks like a
It could
fake
be
story.
AI generated as an illustration. That's probably what it
Right.
is.
Probably, yeah.
That's the popular thing. AI generated image because I don't have an original photo, but I'm gonna jump on this story because I'm monetized. That's what's going on. And
Right.
then they throw the parameters and the story details into an LLM like Grok or ChatGPT and let it write the story. They're getting monetized that way. And I won't even get started on the contest for articles on X. I wrote one article and went, "Nah, screw this. I'm not wasting my
There's
time."
a
Because
contest for articles.
there was.
I've been paying not
So
paying attention.
top winner 1 million, honorary
Wow.
mention 100,000. But we were looking at the winner. I know this is being broadcast on X. I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Uh-oh.
We have looked at that article and said, it looks to me like it violates the parameters that all of us were following. Look, it's a popularity contest. That's all
Big
it is.
surprise.
So,
Yeah. Big surprise
congrats on
there.
your $1 million, cheater.
After 50% taxes or whatever comes out.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Well,
I
yeah,
see
that
lots of
sounds
quality content creators who should have had a shot at that, but they were basing it on the engagement.
popularity and
So, of
engagement.
course, the
Yeah.
winner had 91,000 followers.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised the winner wasn't someone who had like a million followers or something bigger.
Oh, yeah, like these ones that they I'll say it, the ones that they boost, the
Yeah.
Figen, Figen accounts like that.
Hmm.
Show me somebody real. Like I support people like Rich Silver and Aura, and they're great. They're great content creators. And it's like I don't even have to pump myself up in that category. I know that I'm a good writer, but I know that I am invisible on X when it comes to this kind of thing.
But you pay
And like
attention to enough, and you can see the trends, and you can see what's really going on there.
I
Yeah.
got 5,600 followers, and the only reason I've got that many is because of that viral horror moment. I had 1,200 when that started.
What's that
You
mean?
know,
What's that about?
you didn't know about that?
No, let me enlighten me.
Oh God, get your popcorn out, right? Um, let's just say I posted about. I'm not even going to mention what I posted about. What was apparently a trending story, and I didn't know how trending it was. I was just upset about what I read, and I just wanted to talk about it, and I stopped in my driveway and I wrote this post, and I thought maybe 20 of my friends will see it and we can talk about it.
Went viral.
9.4 million views later with thousands of people enraged at me. It's
Wow.
not that fun.
I would just
Going
be in
viral is
awe.
not fun. Yeah.
I think it would be fun. I would just be in awe, like, oh wow, you said that. Oh
Well,
wow.
some people can walk away from it. It's like, I get it, but if it's on
You don't
my
know until it happens. I would say, right?
yeah.
You never
When
know
people
how.
are threatening you, that's different. Yeah.
True. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had a few people. I had one guy come up on screen, and or no, how'd that work? Oh yeah, he did come up. He did end up coming up on screen, but he had all these threats and like saying he could find me and this and that. I'm like, all right, but yeah, it is definitely different,
You know what I
especially as a
started telling
woman.
them, of course? I mean, at that point, I was like, show up on my doorstep, see what you get. We're 2A over here. Go ahead. you know?
Content, baby. There's 6 cameras will be pointed at you when you get here. You'll all be from 6 angles will be on the news. Okay,
There is a
that's how
sign
I'll
in my
make you
window that
famous.
says, warning, Second Amendment lives here.
Nice. Hey Ty, what's up? Let me throw you on the wheel here. So we got time for maybe one more story. Chinese wellness recipe. This should be interesting. It's just a little video of a nice combination of some medicinal foods, I guess. I'm thinking. Tie on the wheel. Head over to Rumble. Hit that Rumble. Let me see some dancing bananas on the Rumble. Let's go. Um, let's see what they say. I saved it
They are
for some
dancing
reason.
nano
Comes to the
bananas.
food
Say again. Sorry, she got
Dancing
loud.
nano bananas.
Right.
that heals everything in my Chinese way. In Chinese culture, we don't just eat for flavor, we eat for balance. Now we cut some beef chunks and corn, also apple. This adds some sweetness in the soup, but not too sweet. Next, I measure with my Chinese eyeballs. After I put all the ingredients in, bring to a boil. Now we turn it on low heat. Oh, wow, look at that golden color. If you walk into my home, my kitchen, it just smells like Chinese food all the time. You can add noodles or just sip the broth or eat with rice. Who said healthy food can't taste
She said eat with rice. Are
We
those
are
rice
in
noodles,
AI
maybe?
hell right now.
Yeah,
That is
this is
AI
crazy.
hell.
Yeah. I don't think any of this is
However,
real.
um, it's let me see if I can get them all: sweet, salty, sour, the umami,
Uh-huh.
and you're supposed to get all 5 of those spicy. You're supposed to get like hot. You're supposed to get all 5 every day for optimal health. I agree. I think that bitter is in there. I don't know. I got them all scrambled up, but yeah. But that is
Think this is
AI
fake?
hell.
Chinese wellness, okay. So where I come from, we call it soup to wash underwear, too much water. What the? How am I even measure with my Chinese eyeballs? Yeah, that was intense.
That was
Here, I thought it was like a nice recipe, for like soothing uh, our tum tums. Wow. So maybe that's fake because she said what got me was she said or with rice, and she's grabbing noodles as she says or with
noodles.
rice.
Maybe
Like
they're
are those
rice
rice
noodles.
noodles? Maybe that's the only thing I could think of, but that's
So
okay.
here it is. You're supposed to get sour, bitter, sweet, spicy, and salty. That's it.
It's
Each
from
day.
Cooking Bomb. Let's see if Cooking Bomb has anything that looks legitimate. What? No, I clicked Cooking Bomb. That's her. No, that's really her.
But it could be AI of
More
her.
AI. I
Like my series, that's my face.
see what you mean.
That's just very realistic.
20-year-old pickle jar. Wow.
I mean, even that picture up there could just be an AI creation. We just don't even know anymore.
Is this fish AI? Are you
this
AI?
one, 香酥带鱼. Dinner will be ready
Crispy
for you
meltfish.
in my Chinese way. See the soul
In my Chinese way, she says every time. Okay.
With her eyeballs, her Chinese eyeballs. Okay.
Oh, I thought it said fart. It says far out. I see. Well, okay. We'll go back on track, but this could be, or
AI hell.
possibly, could be a real recipe, though, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the recipe is legit. That's what I'm saying. Those flavors are for optimal health, and I
We'll,
do think there's some benefit to it.
we'll do one more just because that one seemed a little bit iffy.
Weird.
Uh, this is from Mrs. Or Garderette? Gardeneret? Gardeneret
Gardenerette.
Cultivation Plant Vlog. The American lawn is one of the greatest mass brainwashings of all time. How we all signed up to spend hours growing and cutting a non-native monoculture that we lace with poisons never ceases me. Now, I push back on this a bit. Um, I know there's plenty of lawns out there that are literally just whatever was growing is what I'm mowing down. It's not because I planted some meticulous monoculture. It's just it's a bunch of weeds I'm mowing down. But uh, at the same time, there's this whole growing sentiment that why is it that we grow grass when we could be growing food on all that land? And I push back against that because yes, you can take as much of your lawn as you can and grow with it or whatever. But if you have pets or kids or even your damn self. You need a spot, you need a space to be able to walk around in and not be like, oh, I can't step here, I can't step. Like you have to walk in these fine rows. Like you can't just take away all of your like your space. Like you,
There's
I
a
feel
way
like
of doing it.
right. I feel
Native
like
plants can be
there's a
done with, paths and stuff. Yeah.
and the other issue is if you are living too near other people and you start going hog wild with different things, whether that's livestock or a bunch of plants that draw certain things nearby, like namely bees. I think actually maybe that's not
I have a bee
back up.
colony.
Like you could have plants. Let me back up. You could have flowers that attract bees, and I think we should, right? That's like we have to. It's gonna be a bad thing if we don't. But having like say your own beehive or bee colony when you live right next door to several people, like
Yeah.
that, I think is where the line gets drawn. Things like that, or maybe
My
say
bee
like
colony
chickens.
is on the far side where I don't have a neighbor. So
Right.
it's away from everybody. It's the only reason I let it stay. But yeah, like you can do I'm a big fan of creating native plant habitats, all of that. Um so you would, ideally like I use paver bricks to create little patios, outdoor living spaces.
Did you say
I'm
paper
about to
bricks?
expand mine. Paver like,
Oh,
square
paver
pavers.
bricks. Okay, I thought you said
Yeah,
paper
yeah.
bricks.
Paper it would dissolve in the first rain you had. Yeah. But I use pavers to create outdoor living spaces. I'm about to expand mine because I want an outdoor gym space. Um, 90% of the year here, that's perfectly fine. And the rest of the year, I throw a tarp over it.
Hmm.
But I want more local native plants because there's so much that is invasive. And the previous owner, which Jim knew the previous owner, intentionally planted sorrel, which it looks like giant clover. It's
Okay.
sour grass. Yeah, yellow flowers, real pretty. Bees like it, but you can't stop the stuff because
Mm.
it grows little bulbs. And if you don't knock it down before the flowers sprout, the bulbs spread everywhere. You can't get rid of it once it's there. It's invasive.
You know how
So
mint is
I
invasive
want to
too.
lean towards the native stuff. Um,
Yeah, but there are probably some native things that are invasive. It just depends on what you want, I guess.
if it's in an area where it's not native, yes.
Okay, touche. But like there are some, uh, I guess too. Yeah, never mind. So it's not native, but like bamboo, people do grow
It's does it
plant
belong or
bamboo.
not.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Uh,
Kudzu, for example, which you can eat kudzu and you can make medicine out of it, but it doesn't belong on this continent. It's a problem. Yeah.
hmm.
Carp, same thing. You can eat them. They're not that appealing, but they're invasive. They don't belong here.
Well, I know bamboo and I know mint are both like they will
Bamboo
just
is a
take
grass. You
over.
can't stop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Um,
love to have bamboo. I grew up next to a property that had bamboo, but I've been warned don't plant it because there's types that do not spread by runners, but it's very expensive to obtain. So anything that spreads by runners, you don't want to put it in the ground or near the ground.
I mean, I definitely found that out with the mint. It took over my whole like I had an aquaponics system that I first started aquaponics with, and it just basically took over the whole
Yeah.
thing, and it really loves water too. So it could have its own aquaponics system and just be thrive like making much bigger mint than I have now. Like the leaves are bigger and everything when it was just in water all the time. Like it just loved it. Um,
I have peppermint and I have chocolate mint, but in my environment, it is so hot and so dry in the summer that
he
it
said
does not get very far.
he
What?
said you said I have peppermint and I have what was the other one?
Chocolate mint.
Chocolate mint. But in my environment, I was like, what was that third mint? What kind of
You
mint
know
was
what?
that?
I need to create a garden and call it my environment.
And just
Put
be a
all my
mint
mints
gardener.
there. I like that.
Yeah, environment. Go out to the environment.
So
Yeah, I like it.
it's too hot and dry here. It doesn't get out of control. It dies back. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're good. Got a 5 minutes. Let me get a few more people. This is what I've been doing all week. I'm really trying to promote Rumble more, and I'm going to give everybody who I've already. So let me re-explain this. I've already given everyone who's here a name or a spot on the wheel, but now that I'm about to spin it, I'm going to give everyone who's currently still here on Rumble. If you're on Facebook, you can head over to Rumble. If you comment right now, I'll add you on the wheel one more time before we spin this. Which Rose just commented. We'll just do you there. Tala, I add you for hanging out.
So the one more thing
And
you got to watch, though, some
Steve.
cities will not let you do food crops in your front yard. Stupid but true.
That's another thing, but that's why they do that in some cases, at least on the surface, is because they don't want to have this like a bunch of wild animals being attracted to the like
Yeah.
a residential area
I
or
just use the front for medicinal and culinary herbs,
right. I feel like they could give you a list of approved things, right? That wouldn't be a problem, like you're saying, like
Mostly I don't
herbs.
want humans stealing my food crops, but it's stupid because you're allowed to have
That
an
too.
orange tree in your front yard.
Right. It's like
But
that's
you,
like
you
what
start
animals
growing
aren't going to
tomatoes,
eat
they have a
that. Right.
cow.
There are a lot of I think there are some loopholes like you can have fruit trees where you can't have a garden because it's a tree. And so you could literally grow. I saw this video of a guy had like 150 different types of fruit trees as a
Mm.
hedge, using them as a like making a hedge for his yard. And there were some of them that he counted, but they were like you could eat the leaves on this tree. Like they were all like had like edible nuts maybe or whatever, but different tree nuts like. So there was like different variations, but a lot of it was like fruit. So it's
And
kind
if
of interesting. I
if
gave you a
you have a
spot
high
there, Steve.
traffic
What's up, my
street,
guy?
then you don't want medicinal or food stuff next to a high traffic street either, because it's going to absorb stuff from exhaust. But I live in a cul-de-sac.
Right. I guess it all depends, like so many other things. Like I wouldn't mind having chickens, but my neighbors might not like it after a while. Depends on how it goes.
I'm zoned for it. I could, but I just don't need the extra responsibility right now. Carp can take over a lake in a year or two. That's true. It's bad.
And no problem, Scarecrow. I'm not sure if I know you on the Facebook side, but I appreciate you coming in. If you're just a Rumble commenter, I appreciate that. I don't mean the word "just" in any kind of a unpleasant way. I promise.
Oh, it's just you.
Just a Rumble commenter. No, I mean like like exclusive. I should say it this way: exclusively from Rumble. Elisa, I see you. Say hi, and we'll put you on. But right now, I added everyone from the Facebook side once, and I'm adding everyone from Rumble who's here currently at the end of the show. Here, Carp can take over. Take a year or two. Yeah, I've heard that too. And there's also, I mean, there's a bunch of like animals, but I just don't know a lot of the crops that are invasive. Vines.
Yeah, I belong to a Facebook group that is for California invasive species. So I've learned a lot about just my region, but I already had a pretty good grasp of what does and does not belong. And you can sometimes spot the plant behavior without even looking it up, and this is not where it belongs.
True, you can see it just kind of encroaching on other things. Now, what would you call it if it's not, if it's an invasive species that's not invasive, but just a species that takes over, but it's also native. It is local, but it's like a
Yeah, so if it's a
what do
native
you?
plant, the only time you need to do management is if it's on your property and you don't want it, or if it's a fire hazard. That
Yeah,
that can be an issue.
true.
Wildland areas. One of the things that they did in this region, like, because it propagates so easily and helps, um, set the soil after fires, they introduced, broom, sweet broom. And it's pretty flowers, but it's not native to the area, but it is everywhere. So they do have crews that go out and take that down now too. So that was a mistake.
Because we don't do enough. We don't allow the fires, or not allow the fires, but do controlled burns and stuff. Some places, like California, for sure, they don't like it, but they could help. It could be like
We
get rid
don't
of
do enough
brush.
controlled burns, and we should
Right.
be doing more
That's what I
goat
mean.
herds, yeah.
Ty, I think there's roughly 3,000 established invasive plant species in the United States. Yeah, that's a lot. I guess
Yeah.
that also establishes that you're here. So congrats, Ty, on winning the door prize. Ty, you were just destined to win this. He won the other day, and he was just got back to the keyboard a little late, and so I had spun it already again. And yeah, he's just destined to have it. Now, Ty, you're already on the list of wanting to play, so you might want to subscribe. You might want to go ahead and subscribe because this could be an Indoor Farmer coupon, but instead it's an Indoor Farmer game night ticket, which you kind of don't need since you're volunteering to play on the screen. Which I do have a list now. I want to point it out. Not a list, but I kind of said that a little bit funny while I you know scratched my chin. But I have my captain's list. I am the captain now. I have the list, and it's for people who would like to play on screen and game night. And so, if you guys want to
Captain
be on the
Broccoli
list,
Man. Captain Broccoli
wow,
Man.
that hit me. Um, I don't know what hit me there, but yeah, something. Oh, so I just wanted to, I'm trying to explain this more so I can get more people on the list. So far, we got 4 people on the list, and how I'm going to work this is when it comes time to game night to game on Sunday. It is Super Bowl Sunday. We're still playing. I don't plan to watch. If you guys, a lot of people will plan to watch, but like barely, like in the background, like check the score here and there. I don't know too many people who are just like, or if you're going to a party or whatever, cool. But we're gonna play Sunday anyway. But the way I'm going to work this list is I'm going to go to the first person. If they can't play, then their name gets scratched out and gets put to the end of the list. But still, you still remain in the list like a big, um, like a rotation. Not a, I was gonna say round robin, a rotation of players. And so, don't be shy to get your name put on the list. As long as you play at some point, it's not a huge deal that you can't make it in the lineup that you're in. So let me know, guys, if you want to be on that. Congrats, Ty. What did I win this time? Well, that's what I'm saying. You keep winning the same. I don't. So this is how let me just explain it, you guys. I only have so much time and effort that I can put into anything in this world. And so that is why I push so much for my subscribers on locals in my community where I can sort of control things away from the censorship on Facebook and everywhere else, YouTube, and I can really concentrate on people that go that extra mile just to go over there. I don't personally believe that $2 is too much. I think it's fairly little to join. But the way I do my giveaways, the door prize, if you are a member of the indoorfarmer.locals.com, the door prize is store credit. It's an Indoor Farmer coupon that you can use at any one of my sponsors, a whole wheel of sponsors, including my own merch and other things. You can use it for other stuff like game night tickets and moving to the pro wheel and stuff. That's all like the biggest value. But if you're not a member, the door prize is a ticket to play in game night, which I think is pretty cool because then for free, just being here, engaging, and being somebody that maybe likes my content but doesn't have the money to sign up, you can still get into game night this way and still win prizes. You can still win Sprout Bucks, which is actual credit, like the coupons. I know I'm rambling, but the thing is, you're also volunteering to play on screen, which I allow anyone to play on screen, whether you're subscribed or not, because I need more players on screen. So you guys should be taking advantage of this. Ty's coming out ahead. I already won a couple weeks back. We won like 6 prizes by coming up on screen to play. So I fixed the game a little bit more so since then. So now I think you would win Sprout Bucks, but that's still they're pretty valuable since you can use them at any one of the sponsors. You save up enough of them, and you can use them as a gift card or gift code to any of my sponsors. And I know that's a lot, but I try to explain this to people so that everybody gets to hear me explain it. I hate, that's one thing that you never think about when you start a show, especially being a live show. Or even, honestly, I think a pre recorded show would have the same issue where I find myself repeating some things
Yeah.
often where you're trying to get certain information out and you want to make sure everybody heard it and you want to update people on it. And it's like, in my head, I've said it 100,000 times, but some of you out there may have only just heard me say it once. So it's crazy. All right, I think I rambled enough. Tala, is there anything that you have you want to?
Just giggling. They don't want to miss Bad Bunny's halftime show.
Right? I mean, is that who? Is that who the?
Clara.
Okay, Bad Bunny. I don't even know who Bad Bunny is.
I didn't either until all the flap, and I don't know. It is what it is.
I'll have to
um,
listen to it.
so man, it's February. It's National Heart Month. That's super important to me because I am a heart patient. So just be aware that this Friday is Wear Red Day. And even if you're not like hooked up with me on social media, maybe consider supporting the awareness campaign. Go Red for Women is one that I definitely support, because women with heart disease are quite often dismissed symptom wise. Um, we have an almost equal risk to developing heart disease as men, and we have a higher rate of death from stroke and heart attack. We have a higher incidence of recurrence and a higher incidence of death from those recurrent events. So women are actually taking a pretty fair beating when it comes to heart disease. It's bad. Women are less likely to get CPR in an emergency. People are afraid to do something about it.
Right.
Um, doctors unfortunately dismiss our complaints with it. So I push pretty hard on that one. I usually start tagging Go Red for Women all through February. I'm doing one awareness video per day right now. It gets posted on my Instagram, X, and Facebook page. I haven't added any of them to TikTok yet. I'm probably going to consolidate, like put at least two of them together when I start posting them there. It's just not my priority there, but I have a cardiologist now, but I'm okay.
Lisa May
So
says, "Protect your
I
heart." Yep. Go ahead.
I had left ventricular hypertrophy. It's considered benign now, but I am still on a medication that I can't stop. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. So the point is, put on a hat, put on a shirt that's red, put on a jacket that's red, wear a scarf, whatever. Take a picture, post it on Friday, even if you're not tagging me and sending it to me, just do that and tag National Heart Month, hashtag National Heart Month, and hashtag Go Red for Women. Those are the two really important ones. I would
Mm,
appreciate seeing that support out there.
maybe we can. I haven't actually thought about, or we've been talking about it in the chat today, but trying to figure out a topic for tomorrow. I wonder if we could weave the Heart Month into the topic because it's not, as you might know, Tala. I know you haven't been on People in the Boxes, but it's not a just specifically topic show. The topic has to be something that is very common amongst almost everybody would have a first or second hand experience of the topic. The point of the show is to bring people together to gain perspective by sharing what we've experienced on the topic. And so we can't have topics that are too like intellectual, or I guess I don't know how else to put it, but like too is esoteric the right word? But like too specific because a lot of people may not have experience with it. So if I
Yeah.
can come up with you know a heart related topic would be nice, because then we can
Yeah.
maybe kick off February. Anyway, that sounds good. Try to remind me though, because I would maybe I'll try to make a post about it and try to get people on board. Because I'll do that. I got some red. I got red shirts. Try to find a red shirt, red hat. Get some. I'll wear like red head to toe. Where's Waldo style red maybe. Um,
And I've got a community space scheduled for tomorrow evening, so I'll be doing that.
oh, hi
And
Sheena.
then something on Friday. I don't know what.
You got a
Yeah.
space tomorrow,
Yeah. 5 p.m. Pacific.
which is 3 hours, 8 o'clock. You're you're competing with me tomorrow.
Wait, what? I don't think it's a competition. We got different audiences.
I know. Well, hey, maybe not. Maybe not for too much, but maybe we could. we will our entire show on the Rumble Studios will tune in on the space through my computer. Well, I'm kidding. So I wish you luck on that, and we'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure. But we'll do the red. Say it again. Hashtag
National Heart Month and Go Red for Women.
Go Red for Women. Cool.
Yeah.
Got it. And guys, I'm gonna head over to Locals for just a little while. If anybody wants to join me, it's free. It'll be a free live stream. So head over to Locals at theindoorfarmer.locals.com. And thanks, Tala. Thanks for everything. And it was a good show. And we'll talk to you soon. Remember, everybody's got to eat. Bye, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm Wailing the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro setup, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's